Every legendary band faces obstacles, rivalries, and the scrutiny of the public eye. For TK International, these experiences have been stepping stones on their journey to success. In this episode, we explore the challenges they've overcome, the rivalries that pushed them forward, and how they turned criticism into growth and triumph. The road to success is never without obstacles. Triple K International has faced its fair share of challenges, whether financial, creative, or personal, but through resilience and determination, they have always found a way to push forward.
I don't think Triple K was ever 100% accepted by Dominicans. I will always say that. We were never 100% accepted. We always cried down a lot of the times for all our lyrics. And I think the problem was Triple K in terms that I think we were a little too ahead of our time. Because what we used to sing before, they were saying that was smutty lyrics. If you compare it to now, it's like we were singing baby stuff, you know? So I think our timing was off. I think Dominica wasn't ready for our what we had at the time. This is the one thing that we had to overcome, I think, in that aspect. I don't think the band ever got the acceptance that we wanted from our own people to like, yes, that is our own Triple K, it's our own, and yeah, it was always they're just holding on there for a while, and every time something else comes, we get that feeling, that we get that sense, you know, but we're still here trying.
If we want to talk about like real challenge, I don't want to hide away from it that the music industry, especially in Dominica, and especially for a band, is very challenging on a financial level. It is extremely difficult to operate a band for all those years going through, because we are not immune to any of these social or economic shocks around the world. So everything falls back on us. And the sad thing about it is a lot of people still have the notion that, you know, you're doing music because it's just all fun and games, and kind of forget the fact that this is also a business, this is also a livelihood. And a lot of the times when you have to mix the two, there's a funny little line that we have to cross. So at times, you know, when the love for the music surpasses the need for a life or a livelihood, is when you find yourself in those challenges of finances. You know, you focus a lot more on, yeah, I'm gonna do that gig, you know, because people are happy and everybody, yeah, but then you broke. So, you know, there was a period in time where I think it was in the, you know, when you're trying to elevate, where you found that the finances was a challenge. But thankfully, everybody had the same love for the music, that we were able to come together and through our own personal means work around that challenge and overcome it, to bring the band to that next level where we're able to kind of be stable right now and to, you know, to make things happen. So I think that was one of our major challenges, that, from my perspective, that we had to face. Yeah.
So in terms of challenges, I won't say that we really have any big challenges. I mean, sometimes guys come late, sometimes we cannot do a rehearsal because of certain circumstances and so on. But the thing with us, we are always on point. So that's what makes us just put everything together. When it comes to putting our mind to doing it, Triple K gets it done.
We're still facing trials, and overcoming it is just remaining together as Triple K, because there's no I in team. So Triple K has been Triple K because of the brotherhood, the family, camaraderie. We remain to be a unit, staying together. As I say, the family that prays stay together. So Triple K always pray together, so they always stay together. So we have it going on for quite some years now. Basic togetherness.
Well, the band, it is one thing that has maintained within Triple K, and which contributed to the longevity and even making it as far as 25 years, is that they always remained authentic to themselves, not necessarily listening to the outside noise as to who they think the band should be. They stayed true to themselves, and they experimented with their own sound, their own ideas, and eventually formulated something that worked for them. So in the beginning, it wasn't always well received because people thought like, oh, that song that lyrics, or that song not this, or that song not that. But as you can see that over the years, that style has worked for the band, and it has a market, it has a place within the Bouyon genre.
Oh, we have faced many challenges, a lot of hurdles. I think I would consider ourselves TLR for Godson because, you know, we have jumped so many hurdles so many times. They are too numerous to mention. But we continue to face challenges. But, you know, with the strength of the Almighty, we just be patient and go with the flow.
There are many challenges that the band faced, you know, where I would say people just don't like the band for no reason. I would say, you know, the band going to do whatever it has to do in different countries for carnival, and where you have organizers from different committees, or, you know, would say they don't need the band there because they have bands themselves, you know, they have their own bands, and people doesn't support, you know, people from the country not, you know, going behind their bands. It's Triple K. And I've seen it happen where, you know, in St. Martin, Antigua, some places where the band just, you know, some people just, but I mean, the band still doing what it has to do, you know, go to the studio, you know, come out with hit songs, you know. So that is what is a challenge that we will always continue to face, because the reality of it is that, I mean, Triple K not begging anybody, or like anybody. You like a band, you like music, you will go towards it. You understand? So it's a challenge that the band always and will continue to face, because the band still doing what it has to do. So I mean, yeah.
During the COVID was a very tough time for us, and basically most of us, that's our bread winning thing is we couldn't go out to play, we couldn't go out to perform nowhere, and it was a real challenge in the life of Triple K and also myself. Well, with the help of God, everything and anything is possible.
Facing adversity is one thing, but overcoming it as a group is another. Unity, persistence, and a love for the music kept TK on track, allowing them to evolve and solidify their place in Bouyon history.
The biggest obstacle we have faced really is getting the support. They're getting the support from the areas that we feel we should have been getting the support from. You know, that has been the biggest obstacle, because we have had ideas that we have presented on numerous fronts to the people that are responsible to make things happen, and for many years they have really turned a blind eye to it. And again, it brings back to the fact that that is what strengthened our unity, and in being able to be as independent as we possibly can for ourselves, because we understood that the people that we would normally go to and expecting to get some level of support or help or assistance or whatever the case may be, it was never really forthcoming, and it was always an afterthought or just placed on the back burner with no real traction being given to it. So that really has been our obstacle through the past 25 years. You know, if we have to go to get our visas, the visas was all on us from our very own pockets to get the visas. If we wanted to put on particular shows or particular performances, asking for particular concessions or waivers just for us to put on a show that can, you know, give the band a full exposure, and even Dominica by extension, and we would never really have received that support that was warranted for us to be able to execute it the way that we wanted. So with our level of independence, we just have to go on to do it on our own the best way we could, and it has worked for us to this point.
I think the band has reached an obstacle where we can call it the biggest, because every day we encounter obstacles. So to me, I think the band is really riding the wave and just doing what we have to do to just remain where we are now.
Yes, we doesn't have the biggest crowd and people jumping for us, but we have been liked by our peers, the people same age group with us and whatnot. I don't think the people at the time that was in terms of marketing of Dominica and of the festivals ever willfully just give Triple K that mantle and say, yo, you know what, we're going to try it with Oli this year or for the next 5 years to be that ambassador for us and our music. So we felt that we never really gotten that. Even now at this stage we are right now, we'll still see some areas that will feel like, seriously, at this stage right now, I cannot get a good backstage for me to be at Creole Festival, or I still cannot get to see the big artists because all you have the big artists over there. My own security for my country is still blocking me from going over there. I play on the same night with that artist. So these little things there, I always had the issue with, and I think it's that.
Well, the biggest obstacle was like I say, the COVID. We stand with each other, and you have guys in the band that wasn't working, and the band actually took the time to give the guys some income, and stuff, and it was lovely.
As time passes, change is inevitable. From shifting band members to evolving creative directions, Triple K has had to adapt while keeping the essence of their music alive. But how has these changes impacted the individuals within the group?
I've been the one that's been feeling it the most, because every time a musician changes, he brings his own element to the band. And it's been, for me, sometimes emotional, because when you start playing with a certain band member for a certain amount of time, you learn his style and you got accustomed to his style. Now he's not there, another person is there now, and you're missing the style that you once had, because the person is bringing their own style. Yes, they come to Triple K and they're going to have to play the last Triple K songs, but new material is coming out, they're going to play their own style. So I've had to deal with that. I've had to deal with the change of personalities. I've been dealing with one person for 10 years that is he always liked me coming 5 minutes late. So we cool like that, we come 5 minutes late. Next time, now we have a new musician that is always half an hour early, and it making you feel like when he there so early, it's like you feeling like it's nothing to do, but nothing important to do. It's different, and from a musical standpoint as well, it is. Yes, he in Triple K, but the person might have their own vibe that they want to do. They have their own style, their own vibe, they have their own feeling of how they're working with something. So over the past couple of years, even including singers, at one point the band started with Tiki and Tazi, and then Benji came in, and then it was Benji and Tazi, then Benji and Tiki. So it's always been, sometimes the good thing is every one of them have their own style, and every one of them produces. So at the end of the day, if one not there, the two others can pick up. So we've never had just one singer for an extended period. We always had at least two.
Since I've been a part of Triple K, I think that the only instrument player who has changed was a guitarist. So our new guitarist, he has brought more showmanship to the band. He expresses himself more, and the fans love it.
When I came in 2004, between the 3 years after that was a revolutionary time for the band. The guitarist that I met, which was one of the founding members, Keenan, he left. The drummer that I met, Judy Amman Trading, Reaper, he left, didn't leave, but anyway, he wasn't around anymore. The bass player, the Rich Del, now he wasn't the founding bass player, but he was the one that was there when I came in. Gav Jemot, he also left. So we had these 3 key replacements. And when I came in, I also came in with the guitarist that was with Raw Rhythm, which is Emil Lancelot, who is now the PS for Communications and Works. And he's also the guitarist for Swinging Stars currently. So we came in with that. But since then, I would say, from about 2007, the core of the band has not changed. We have kind of stayed as a unit. The only changes that we have had major moving during that time was our guitarist. We never seemed to be able to keep a guitarist. I think the longest stint that we have had a guitarist is with the current guitarist that we have, Odell Hamilton, who also plays for Ecstasy. He's been playing for us, I think, for about 10 years now, or close to that. It's been a while. So he has been the most stable one. But what it really, the changes have, I mean, is a new personality that you get. But again, as I said, these are people that we have been playing with, me in particular. The most strange moment I had in Triple K in terms of members was the first night I practiced with Triple K. Because that was when I met Kendall. I saw them, I knew of them, but I never really interacted with them. So coming to meet them and then, to understand their personalities, everybody different, but once you understand the guys, you know how to move with everybody, and that's just how it is. Yeah.
In Triple K, the only section I think that has been changing around in Triple K is the guitar section. And actually, is a learning lesson. And the new ones that fill in the gap, they actually bring more nostalgic moments to the band and the band visual. So actually, it does keep boosting to the band's platform and so on.
We have seen members come and go. We have seen the letters who actually started the band leave and go. Others who came in, who brought me in, leave and go. But it only made us stronger. It only made me stronger forward. That you cannot allow one person to hold you back. And if you allow that to happen, then you are weak. So it's only a turning point and a do-over. You restart and then you move again.
We had Triple K had maybe like what? One guitarist, two. We had three different guitarists, I think, and then the last one that came in was Ordell. And when Ordell is on stage, actually Ordell is a fella now. When already see me do it, I want to do it. So me and Ordell have a relationship on stage, a serious one when it comes to performing. Yeah. So that has boosted me up. I would say Kendall was the main man for that, because before in WCK time, you would find, like when you're doing a song, you would come and play a brass first, and then another piece of thing, and then you would hear the man start to sing the verse. Now it's like the rhythm coming, and as soon as the rhythm kick in, you start to sing the song one time. No brass line up. Maybe a brass line can come down later. So that's how the dynamics really change, and Kendall was the man for that.
When you're in an organization for that long, like a musical band for that long, when we started, all of us stayed at our parents' home, okay? All of us were staying at our parents' home. I'm talking about 25 years ago. We had no bills to pay. So it's like someone called for a jam, down, Sufria. We don't even care what the pay is. We just go, we play. But we're getting older now. We have families, married, a house, different responsibilities. So all of that, the dynamics changing. Whereas we could just call everybody and say, yo, we're playing down Saturday. Right now we can't just say we're playing Saturday. We call and see and make sure nobody does have plans for Saturday before we play on Saturday. So these things are different.
With every change, the band found new ways to stay strong, to stay united, and to push forward as a collective force. But in a competitive industry, unity alone isn't enough. There's always the challenge of proving yourself among your peers. In the world of Bouyon music, competition is fierce. Rivalries between bands have long fueled innovation, pushing artists to step up their game and keep audiences entertained. For Triple K, these rivalries have played a key role in shaping their sound and performance style.
I would dare say the biggest musical war that we have been in was with WCK. And I would like to specify musical war, because at the time, WCK was also consisting of members that were part of Rory, from whom we were performing with. So we were all good buddies. Everything was good buddies. We had our stage war and our personal love. You understand? So it was on that level, where what it did was it allowed the music and our performances to enhance. Because you would find that the masses now had something to compare you to. If you just are dominating, it's like whatever you do, nobody don't worry. But if somebody have to come from an event and say, boy, we felt better than you, you're going to feel like, what part of his performance was better than that? What can I do now to make, not to make the person hate what the other person is doing, but to make my performance be as enjoyable to that person as possible. So it's like, it would cause us to, when we produce a song, not just say, yeah, we do a song, but to say, will that song still resonate with everybody? How much will it grow? You know, so I think it was at that time, and that was also a pivotal time for the growth of Triple K, because it was at a time where everybody was looking at Triple K. You go on around the world and everybody would be like, yeah, that's the band, you know, they would mistake us all of the WCK. Because the KK part was always an issue. WCK, no, Triple K, oh yeah, Dominica, blah. So it's like you had that platform now to rise from. That I would dare say I would like to thank WCK for allowing us to have that friendly battle, you know, that also helped them. Because I think as well they will recognize that they were the pioneers of a genre that a younger band was now starting to creep into or even dominate at some point. So they themselves started stepping up their game, you know, and then the musical creations, obviously, you know, if you have a musical war, you have to throw a little musical jab. So, you know, we would say certain things like answer them, then they would make a song answering us. But it was fun. That was when the music was exciting, you know. 2 weeks ago I was listening to that, you know, you said it up, we come to smash it down. That was just great, man. Great stuff. Yeah, Tiff-It, real good. I was like, what? Yeah, man, that time was good, man. Good times, real good times.
You know, we had a heated rivalry with WCK, and that's the only rivalry there was. Other people have come in and try and create something that's not there. And I mean, it's okay for them to do so because they want to get a blind, but not gonna entertain such. But of course, WCK, the back and forth with us and WCK was really entertaining. It was nothing personal. It was never personal. It was just what we call a musical war. And it helped the band craft more. It helped us, it kept us focused as to the mission, because the mission was always bring Bouyon to the world. And I think the biggest one for me is when I met Ra backstage at a band splash. You know, Ra like to send talk. And I tell him, let me tell you that, you see you go on stage tonight. And he said, no talk first, I just come on the stage, rush him with a mic. And surprisingly, he went on the stage, he never uttered a word to Triple K. He never sent a talk, you know? Yeah, so I think that's the most memorable one in the rivalry with TK and WCK. And that's the only rivalry there ever was when it comes to Triple K.
Before I played with Triple K, actually, when I started doing some studio work with Triple K in 2015, when I started really playing with them 2016. But I played with WCK 2015 for quite some time. Well, not quite, I wouldn't say quite some time because it wasn't years, like a few events and all that. And that was, they had their thing going on, you know. It was musical beef. It wasn't that person against that person personal. Right now, Triple K, of course, they're, well, to be honest, I doesn't see, well, those guys, I mean, they're big now, you can know there are many married, it's just 3 of us not married on the team. And those guys, I don't think they down for that. I mean, everybody mature. I mean, you can have musical beef, you understand? But right now, it's more becoming a personal kind of a thing where I would say we, because it's Triple K, we stay away from. So,
of course, there are rivalries. There are bands who always compete with Triple K, and Triple K always overcome this competition by just working harder, producing more, and knowing what the fans want, and staying loyal to the fans.
I wouldn't necessarily consider it rivalries, but there was a very a healthy banter between the bands in terms of who would have the best sound system and who would have the biggest crowd. So I can say that there was this point in time where the real banter, really, given the status of the band, was between Triple K and WCK. And when we were coming into our own, WCK would always give us blows. Especially, we always used to measure it when we would have crossed the bridge coming into town. That is where we who really have the strength. So for the first initial years, WCK would give us some blows. Triple K in town, yes, Juve morning, we play in, we sweat in. And then the CK started to cross the bridge and everybody would leave our band and down the road the CK they go in. But that took a turn eventually when Triple K decided, alright, enough is enough. It's time for now we're going to show you who the real boys are. And the roles were reversed, where people would leave WCK and gravitate towards Triple K, simply because of the song that we have, the style, the energy, and just the whole vibe that would make people just literally just transform into some serious party people, man. So that is where I would really say it has grown, and it spoke to the evolution of the Bouyon as well. Across the board, other bands have sort of emulated that kind of vibe, that kind of style too, and understanding what works for them. And they too use what we had as a measure of our rise in the genre to understand for themselves where they are and their place in the Bouyon music industry right now.
You cannot stop it from happening. So, Triple K actually get its strength from WCK. It's first rivalry, biggest band in Dominica. And to me, WCK is still the biggest band in Dominica because they're still around. So Triple K actually get the momentum from WCK, and then again, of course, trials and tribulations from the rest of the bands out there. And we just keep on moving on, we keep on doing what we have to do.
Oh boy, yes. The WCK is I have to say, was the most memorable. Now, people have to understand, sometimes they get confused when we say, because right now you're asking me rivalry with WCK, and you're asking me who I'd look up to, and then I said WCK, it's something funny. But the WCK we looked up to was the Cornell, Keith, Ra, that is the WCK we grew up on. Then WCK shifted so many times with Skinny, Naid, and Clint, and everything, then Daily, then there was a new CK at the time, some different fellas. The only same person that was there was Keith. And they started, we were coming up. So the first thing that happened, I think, was someone sold me a rhythm. I think the person sold CK the same rhythm. I don't know who had it first. Both of us started playing the same rhythm, and then WCK started chanting, Tiff it. And again, so it lies for us, man. So then we are the younger band, the bigger. So when she started sending talk, lo and behold, CK fell for the bait, start battling in Triple K. You're only making Triple K bigger because people don't know us. We have nothing to lose, So and it came to a point when people thought it was personal, but at the time we were working very closely in the sense that we were doing events together and making a killing because people know Triple K and CK beefing every time. Triple K and CK Harlem Plaza. People, because they they want to hear the talk and talk throw in, and until I remember a fan of our own say, his words were, but Killer, all you man is, I can say it on camera, Killer, all you man is for Chris. I check it out. The man said, my brother, I come backstage, and I seen you and Deli and them pull up talking, and you're talking, saying, I say, so why you think now we hate each other, man? I said, no, my brother, is musical. We have to create that kind of that thing. I mean, some of the things that was said was a little hurtful, but it was purely musical. It was never I can say it's like some of the things used to say like they was in song. So I make a song, they make back a song, they send something in a song. Yeah, say sit up, smash it down. Them little thing there, teeth it because we had stick it, so they make teeth it. So and them times was it was nice. Right now, if I go and say something about a plant, because somebody post something about a plant, if I figure out it's you I talking about, and so it is so different now. It's like I rather not be part of it now because it's so much different. Like I said before, social media wasn't so thing. So you and somebody have a little beef and whether it be a real beef or a controversial beef, it used to do what it's supposed to do at the time, and then it died. Right now is like making like it just never die, and because social media there, it will be forever remembered. So I just and as I older now, to me like I don't have the energy for it anymore.
Over the years, the rivalry with different bands. We had some rivalry with WCK early time. Actually, me and Daly, we go a long way, and Actually, I think it was somewhere on the Bayfront. Yeah, on the Bayfront. Triple K was somewhere by the bank, and WCK was just in the end, close to the port, port there. And me and Delhi actually shared some words to each other, but we never took that personal. That was, a hype, carnival time, and you want to make a hype, and but nothing personal. But right now, in this present time, you have Signal Band, you have Triple K, and sometimes some things just go funny. But as a big man, it is already, I respect everybody. Like I would like everybody to respect me too. I just let everything flow. No enemies.
It's time to respect me. Yes, sir. Lion skinny, baby. Wait for the new committee, Benja. Triple K massive. Inside. Now look at me. Look at you. Look at me. Look at you. Now look at me. Look at you. Are we ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, set it up. Again, set it up. Are we ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and cash.
Always a step ahead, them coyote just can't catch you road runners on me. Musical talent, he can grow accident, we know music must play. Now it's time for we to take back our property and more negativity and make you respect me. You got to respect me, because you know we come from Dixon and make you respect me. It's not easy. Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! Smash it down! Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! Send it up! We gonna mash it up! Smash it down!
While competition often brings intensity, it also brings growth. Rivalries are not just about who wins the crowd, but about pushing the genre forward.
Competition is very healthy. In anything that you're doing, competition is healthy. If you don't have competition, you get complacent because you think it's you alone that there, and that could apply to everything. It could apply to a business, it could apply to government, it could apply, and even in a band. In a band setting, you're there making music for how many years, you have no competition, and you're just checking like what you're doing is the best shit until somebody else come and tell you like someone do something else and people else gravitate to it and you're like, oh shit, I need to step up. So competition is good. Competition is very healthy.
Competition. Like I always say, I not in no competition. I had a mission. Mission to feed my family, feed myself, and to keep myself financially proper. That's what it's all about.
In everything there's competition, and I believe competition is good. As to if there were direct competition, I would say yes. Because right now you have to push more than ever. Of course, we are a band made up of 10 members. And the greatest challenge, if we go back to challenge, that we face with this type of competition is that a promoter overseas just have to fly one artist versus to bring 10 men. So you see the competition already. So it allows us to push harder, produce more. You saw the Big Hit Whistle, and I think that was driven by some of that as well. Although Whistle is a song that was there like 2 years before, but for some reason we kept holding it back because we wasn't feeling that it would have been, accepted the way it would have been accepted, and then see what happened. You know what I mean? So I would say they are competition, and not competition in a bad way, but competition in a good way, because everybody needs competition. And if you don't have competition, there's no way you're going to better yourself at anything. It's just like the government needs an opposition, and the opposition needs a government, so that they can banter in the House of Assembly. That's how I see it.
I would say competition. Because of Triple K style and what they have done over the years, I don't think there is competition. And as I was saying, I was speaking to some guys. Like, I play good music in Ecstasy. Midnight Groovers play very good music. Those bands hardly travel. I'm not looking down on anybody. I'm just saying that I am in it, so I'm speaking. And with what Triple K do, and well, my reasoning for that is that what Triple K don't have to prove a point to anybody, but just come and do what they have to do. You know, so to me to say competition, nah, there's no competition. Triple K does what Triple K does. Okay, in the music, there is always competition. There is always criticism. It's just you to know how to take your criticism. And this is what makes you a better and a stronger individual and a stronger musician, which helps you to produce better and more music for your fans and to gain other fans as well.
Triple K need the competition. And thank you to the other bands for keeping that drive, that energy on us to try and keep us on top of there. Because if it wasn't for you, we'll be complicit. You know, so thank you to everyone who's tried to attack the big dogs, but still remain the big dogs.
Beyond the stage battles and fan debates, these rivalries have been essential learning experiences. They have tested the band's creativity, strengthened their performances, and given them new perspectives on their music.
I never had another rivalry with any other entity than WCK. A rivalry have to be two ways. I believe it have to be two ways. Just like an argument. If I stand up there just making noise, I just sit down there watching me. Are we arguing or am I just there making noise? So that is exactly what has been happening for a while, and we just didn't bite bit, and that is just that because we've learned from what happened to WCK and we decided we're not going to make it happen to us. We used something and it worked. I can't make somebody use my technique on me. That doesn't work. Benji even sang that in a song. You try to work your technique on me. It not work. So that is the reason why I say that is the only rivalry I see that really stuck and it really thing, because you could feel the tension, the fans could feel the tensions. It even at a point where WCK was entering Roseau and Triple K was at the back. We were both entering tongue together, but we were at the back. We were on the bridge, and as he entered tongue, there's a big Triple K banner. And when the WCK truck reached under that, the fellas that on top of the truck just burst that, you know. And you could see Benji face. Benji had to cry on top of the truck, and the things he wanted to say. And I felt, imagine, there were people in the crowd that was crying. Yeah, I checked it like, what? But it had at the back of it had a nice story, because we entered Carnival like that, and both of us on the road with that hype of let's see who good and have the bigger crowd, and they played and both WCK and Triple K good. On the way going home, WCK parked by the port, Triple K parked on the port, and fellas there talking to each other and laughing and everything. So and if I can't get that now, I don't even consider that rivalry. That not even a rivalry. That's you just don't like what I doing, and there is another.
Whatever I learn with rivalry with other bands, like I always say every day, keep your enemy closer to you than your friends. Yeah. And I don't know. Keep yourself to yourself.
I would say from all these rivalries, it just made us become better. A better group. It gave us a better bond. A stronger bond made us practice more and better ourselves.
With great success comes great scrutiny. As one of the biggest names in Bouyon, TK International has faced its fair share of criticism, whether from fans, media, or industry insiders. But how a band responds to criticism can define its growth and longevity.
Well, the thing about us is we are never opposed to the critics. I mean, receiving criticism helps you to grow. It helps you to improve on what it is that you're doing. What it has done for us really has made us truly become more united among ourselves, and understanding that where the criticism was coming from, it wasn't always justified. It was more of a wanting to see us fail rather than see us succeed. So it has really given us a really deep sense of independence, whereby we have really strived to do as much as we could on our own, understanding that we were not necessarily going to get the support that we would have wanted or even deserved because of the types of criticism we were getting, and especially from who it was coming from, that it wasn't necessarily coming from a genuine place. So it really gave us that sort of vibe where we needed to be more united among ourselves, safeguard ourselves, and do what we do for ourselves, and trust that what we're doing will be eventually propel us to where we want to go. And adopting that mentality has actually now lent itself to people, the same ones that would have criticized us to see us fail are the ones now who have a change of heart and really now offering the advice or suggestions to see the band continue to grow and evolve.
To me, it's just all hypocritical, if you ask me. Because I see it as, and I can tell you, I have a line in a song coming out for Carnival. We're actually speaking about that, where you have people in the industry who come to tell you, oh, you're chanting too much. But today they're chanting a lot. The same set that tell you how to chant, they chanting now. Same set that tell you too much reading, they are way more reading than you know. The same set that tell you too much love song, they have all the love songs now. You see, so I just believe this pure hypocrisy is a mental thing too, that who is that little boy from Fongole to come and do things, and we have others in a higher position that will do it or do it better. But why not help the little boy from Fongole or the little boys from Loda or Bapper State and tell him, hey, this is where you're going wrong. I believe we could help you in such and such direction. I mean, nothing wrong, and we were always open to criticism, but we're always saying constructive criticism. Don't come and criticize and then you cannot tell me how to fix something, right? So I cannot tell you tireless and I cannot tireless myself. You understand? I believe it was just pure hypocrisy and it's day-to-day life anyway. That's how we live. So I think these are one of the challenges, if you come back to challenges again, that I'm able to overcome. Being faced criticism, being called names, and so on. I'll think about it, I'll be depressed, but now, as we say in Dominica, truthful.
I mean, we always deal with criticism from media, people in general, even our fans. That makes us stronger, that makes us write better songs and to perform better.
Well, as I say, and I think probably most of us have that mindset. A lot of the time, in our early days, obviously, you starting something, somebody giving you a fire, you think, you know what? It will hurt you. You know, you'll be like, blah, 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 blah. But then, it because of our mindset again, it's like we hear it, but does it really affect us? Not that much. There was one time when, and that was when Taz, he was ill. He had just been diagnosed with diabetes, and for obvious reasons, he had to lose a lot of weight. He had to change his lifestyle, his diet, everything had to change. So he had lost quite an amount of weight, and he was ridiculed and criticized. And said, oh, he have AIDS, and he have this, and all kind of story. You know, so I got to him because he checking. Look, he's there trying to fight for his life with a disease that he just found out about. He has to do so many lifestyle changes, and instead people come to say, hey, well, you know, we sympathize with you. How can we help you? They're outside there. Oh, you have AIDS. You have this here. So he chose a venue in a performance to address the situation, you know. And he did it raw. He did it from his heart. He did it from what he figured was a moment where he would be able to express himself without nobody telling him anything. He not on CNN for him to have to be diplomatic. He was in at 3 o'clock in the morning. He was in a setting where he could address, and then apparently the people who he wanted to address were right there. So he really let them have it, you know. And for some reason or the other, his utterances were echoed in the air, I guess. And one of the prominent people in society overheard it from his home. I don't know why he was doing up at 3 o'clock in the morning, but anyway, he heard it. He was not pleased about it. He made a spectacle, and the situation got airplay on the radio. And one of the hosts called me a morning to tell me, oh, we need to apologize and all that. I said, apologize to who? Who apologize, the people in the jam, then nobody asked him to apologize. That's who we're playing for. If the man on to stay at his home and 3 o'clock in the morning and listen to the gig, he should have maybe paid his money and come in the jam. But he stay up there listening to it, you know, he ain't too vex about it. You know, so that was one of the moments where you figure, as a band now, we sat down and we rallied together and realized we don't care. At that moment, everybody was satisfied that and he dealt with it, and that was the end of it. But it was a moment to show that whatever TK, Triple K is doing is from the heart. We don't care what you think, because what you think is not what is going to make us happy. What made us happy was knowing that we were able to deal with the situation. We didn't call anybody's name, but we dealt with, and the people who had to get the message, they got the message loud and clear. Feelings, they have emotions, you know. And what it also did was to show people that generally, take away the celebrity, if you want to call it, of Triple K and the members, that it's just not nice going around spreading rumors or saying things about people, you know. People are going to feel hurt, people are going to react, and we reacted in that manner. If it was somebody else probably who had a more violent temper, he could have reacted differently, and you never know how. So it's always nice, it's always wise for people to keep these things in mind, that whatever you do has a repercussion. You have to, if you're going to say something, you see the man getting small, if you can't say something good about the man, just don't say anything at all. You know that.
The most important thing is that you know what you do is from the goodness of your heart. You play music because that's what you love to do. The most important thing it is, as I always say, you're doing that because music is a calling. I will say, nobody in Triple K doing music or playing music for fame or looking for fame. We are just musicians, and we love to do. From the media will always take certain things. Probably if somebody curse, maybe somebody come on stage and dance with an inappropriate attire, the media will take it too. But you cannot stop those things. No way we can stop those things.
Criticism led to positive change, also to negative changes as well. And again, I'm not the one to bash anybody or take criticism and take it as a sort of attack or something like that. And I think I'm one of the members in the band that would always call on the rest of the members to tell them, just let it happen, just leave it over and still show love, because at the end of the day, we all need each other in the industry for us to survive. No one can be told. So somebody trying to kick you down, still try and help them up. Still trying to hold them, and that's my take on it. I'm not about bashing anybody. It's just about doing together. I'm about togetherness.
Sometimes different members take things differently. At the end of the day, we are not one artist, so it's a band. So a band member might just decide, no, we're going to answer that when we decided that we're not going to answer something. So that is where sometimes it could cause a little issue. And the thing that we have to remember is, even though we are our own personal person, but after doing that for so many years, people associate every one of us with the band. So anything we do, they might not even say, Kendela do that now, or the partner from Triple K, check? So we had to learn and figure out how the best way to carry ourselves in public. On the flip, I would say the criticism we used to get was we're making too much nasty song, and we tapered down a little bit, and look at what the nasty song is doing. So we shouldn't taper it down. So that would work out bad for us a bit. But we would never. Our nastiness was more like Sparrow. It was a little hidden,
Oh yeah, Sus was one of the most criticized song in Dominica, right? That was Sus. Good. Like a plate of food tonight, I want to go down in here. Right now, Sus is like a virgin because of how the way it is now. You understand? And nobody is saying nothing. Everybody's laid back. People should be actually calling the radio and stuff. Because why? I always like to shoot straight. Because Triple K now is a group of guys that, respectable, and you won't get no Triple K guy on the road cursing and doing different things, have a big spliff in your mouth and smoking, and, the guys who is making the kind of songs that what he's talking about is the most wonderful thing right now. They're actually gang boys, you know what I mean? So people afraid gang boys. So there's some trouble gang boys, but quiet people, they will target you.
Criticism will always get, and you should always take your criticism, constructive or not. You just have to decipher what making sense or not, because everybody's not going to like you. It's not everybody you'll get to like you. But the person you figure that telling you something negative, like, oh, Marshall, you doing, boy? Last week, that thing all you do there, that's commerce. You can still check it, boy. Fellas, really, that thing we do there last week, that wasn't making sense. Oh, Benji had to stay on the stage there, that wasn't making sense, you know? And so we have had criticism like that. It wasn't constructive, but we got good from it. We didn't go back on the radio and say, yeah, thanks to the fella that criticized us in that way. But criticism has helped us be better. If I rather every day someone come and tell me that thing I do there, they don't like it, and be truthful that they don't like it, than you there every day telling me, yeah, boy. And I really check it, but you all that tell me, yeah, boy, but nobody else will tell me good. So I rather be truthful.
During the years I've been training myself, I'll actually, as you know, I'm a diabetic, so I had to change my whole lifestyle, my whole way of eating and everything, and I decided to train differently, work out and stuff, and then, yeah, as you come on the stage and you most expect as you take out the shirt, you know, and then a lot of people used to be, oh, I'm the mister, and take it on the shirt, and yeah, and thing, and Mr. Disrespectful, and I actually sit down in the stadium for Quail Festival, and I see little make Jack, yo, come and take out the shirt, and everybody was screaming. So I was wondering what really happening. I find sometimes Dominic can have some real hypocrite people. I don't really worry about that. I don't worry about that now. Whatever people have to say about me, I've been doing that for years, and whatever people have to say about the band, we've been doing that for years. And most of the people you find criticizing is most of the people that don't go anywhere. They stay home, right? So it's like you'll come and make a nice, beautiful, lovely song, sweet. And they're going to stay home and they're going to like it, but they're not going to take the time to come to an event to patronize you. So to me, like them kind of people there, whatever they have to say doesn't mean nothing to me. Nothing.
But listen, I don't know. Just like my grandmother would tell me, it's God that sent all you. Benji mother would tell him that same thing. It's God that have all you there still. And I believe it is really God that have us there still, because there are plenty times my shoulders drop and I was checking like, why are you even doing that? Best I can work a normal 9 to 5 when nobody can talk bad about me like that, and at least on a wide scale. Like you're working in a job there, somebody don't like you, they might just tell somebody that they don't like you, you know? But right now, because you are the public, somebody don't like my music or don't like me and they have to post it on social media, don't care about my feelings. It's like, I'm human too. I can have a bad day. For that time, I couldn't perform well. I'm sorry I couldn't perform well today. However, out of the 100 events you come of mine, one you want to kill me for it. You go by Astafan, sometimes they don't have meat. You doesn't post you hate Astafans. Next day when they get meat, you going back to me over there. It's like a bittersweet. Because even when you do the good things, sometimes you feel you did something good, but somebody's still good and say, why you didn't do that instead? This will be like, does it ever end? So I mean, we have come to the realization of we put ourselves in that position and that comes with it. And we just agree that it comes with it, because we have instances and meetings where we sit down and we realize that, yo, why are we even doing that for? Why are we still doing that? You know what? We're not going to play that show. Because people don't want us there, we're not going to play that show. Then we don't go to the show. And when we watch the comments, my best is Triple K that was there. And I was like, but what's all you bipolar, man? All I tell people, don't read the comments. That's my best advice I can give people. Don't read the comments. You post your video or you do your event, you watch the video, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, 20,000 views. That's all. I am not watching the comments. I don't care what you say about me.
Through every challenge, every rivalry, and every moment of doubt, there are defining achievements that make it all worthwhile. For Triple K, these are the milestones that have shaped their journey.
On a personal level, I saw myself not living the 9 to 5, what I call 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever you call it, life, and see I could provide for myself, go on to provide for me and my girlfriend. Then it went from me and my wife and my child. And I have seen that if you really take it serious, it doesn't necessarily have to be music, but anything you are true to, and it is not something negative that you're doing, and you treat it and you stick with it, it will pay off. A lot of us will work at a normal business place for 40 years and be angry for 40 years rather than trying to start something for yourself and just guay for 3 years. So the same guay you guy for 3 years, you have 37 years to reap your benefits. But it is risky, and I know a lot of people say the economic situation and things, but it is a chance here because when I decided doing it, it's a chance I took. All of us that decide we're doing music alone, it's a chance we took. There in another life, maybe we couldn't have been that big Triple K that everybody know of. You know, so I am proud that I could actually live off my work as like any 9-to-5 person. I'm proud on another level that I can say we have been, so far I believe we've been the first entity, musical entity, band in Dominica to have last 25 years and at the top of our game in 25 years. We're not 25 years and we there, you know, but like you don't have nobody to put in that space and they put Triple K. It's not like that. We still a number one choice. So I am very proud of that, and I think a lot of artists and bands, listen, there's not one artist that coming up right now that you will ever hear talk bad about Triple K. Most of them, we give them a shot when we hear them start singing, give them a shot on our stage. Stasha, that used to be singing, Stasha first outside experience on a big stage was with Triple K. You know, so we've done them things. So I'm proud of that aspect. And another aspect I'm proud of is our philanthropic work that we do behind the scenes. We've helped plenty associations, we have helped plenty personnel. We would rather not speak about it because we're not doing it for the hype of it. Everybody have different ways of how they do their thing. There's a lot of artists, institution, and they do it and they post it. Nothing is wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But we are just different. Whenever we do these things, we don't do it for creating some buzz. So that is why most of the time we do them things. We as a band go up in hospital already to uncheck on people and donate money to them and different institutions, you know. But so on that level, to see that we could actually help that level, that's nice. And even carnival time, we can sponsor a queen, we can sponsor a teenage pageant, you know. So on them vibe there.
Making Dominica proud. Making Dominica proud to the point where Dominicans are proud of us. Because we constantly go out, we have always been unofficial ambassadors for Dominica. Everywhere we go, we represent Dominica for full his heart and soul. And then now to get recognition from Dominica, I mean, we won the Cicero Medal of Honor, the Meritorious Service Award, sorry. We've been winning, we won the Golden Drum Award. We got quite a few other awards from different community organizations and different groups that have recognized our presence, our input, our contribution to culture, to arts, to society. I mean, our most recent award has been from Breakfast Fete, you know, and I mean, I think these awards, local awards, is just something that has allowed us to realize that what we have been so proud of, people are proud of it for us as well, and they're proud of us for doing what we have been doing. So I think this is the real excitement for us, you know.
Well, firstly is continuing to please our fans. That is the first thing. Whenever we can go out there and put on a show, and before we can even finish, we see the delight and the joy on the faces of the fans. That is the most gratifying thing we as Triple K can ever ask for. As long as they are satisfied, we understand that we'll continue to go on international shows. We'll continue to be able to put on products such as Mega Monday and know that they will be in for a treat. That will be the first and foremost. But also too, in the recent times, we have been able to receive vast recognition across the region and internationally.
The band was nominated for the Caribbean Music Awards. The band got one of the highest recognition awards, which is the Golden Drum. It doesn't really have to be where you get anything like awards. I mean, the awards is one, but just the fact that people or fans could reach out to you and tell you. Sometimes you meet fans crying and want your shirt. I believe that is something. Some people may say that's small, but music is one of the easiest ways to connect to people. And you as a musician, if you see you could get people crying and asking for your jersey, your shirt, that's a big deal for me.
Reaching 1 million views on YouTube with Whistle. Never saw that one coming. Winning the Golden Drum Award, receiving a Meritorious Service Award. So all this put together, I believe, were our greatest achievements.
My greatest achievement of Triple K is seeing Triple K to be 25 years up to this date.
For staying loyal for all this time. And I don't know. That one I feel like emotional about that one, but yeah.
Success isn't just measured in awards or record sales, but in the love and loyalty of the fans. These milestones represent years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to Bouyon music. Challenges, rivalries, and triumphs have shaped the journey of Triple K International. Through it all, the band has grown stronger, more innovative, and more connected to their fans. This journey of resilience and creativity is what defines their legacy. In the next chapter, we take you behind the scenes to uncover the creative process that drives Triple K's music and the personal growth of its members. Don't miss it.